What if one of the biggest nutrition mistakes after 75 is assuming that eating more meat automatically means keeping more muscle? For years, many older adults were told the same thing. If you want to stay strong, eat more meat, more protein, more heavy meals, more force. But after 75, the body does not always respond that way anymore. Digestion slows down, absorption becomes less efficient, and muscle tissue becomes harder to stimulate, even when protein intake looks adequate on paper. That is why this conversation matters so much. Because staying strong in older age is no longer just about how much protein you eat. It is about how well your body can use it. In this video, we are counting down 5 traditional foods that may support muscle preservation, recovery, and long-term strength in adults over 75, from number 5 to number 1. And number may first surprise you, because it has been a daily staple in some of the longest living populations in the world. Before we begin, comment your age and tell me this. Do you feel like the protein you eat is actually helping you stay strong anymore? Number 5. Fermented soybean paste, Miso. Miso earns the number 5 spot because it shows something many seniors overlook after 75. Strength is not supported by protein alone. It is also supported by digestion, absorption, and whether the food actually feels comfortable enough to eat regularly. That is where Miso stands out. As a fermented soybean paste, it brings a small but meaningful amount of protein along with compounds created through fermentation, which may make it easier for the body to work with than heavier, harder to digest meals. For older adults, this matters more than ever. Many people over 75 still try to solve weakness by simply eating more meat, but large meat-heavy meals can feel tiring, dense, or difficult to digest. Miso offers a different approach. A warm bowl of miso soup can feel light, soothing, and deeply nourishing, especially when appetite is low or chewing feels like work. And when food feels easier, consistency becomes possible. There is also a practical lesson here. In some long-lived cultures, miso has been used not as a miracle food, but as a daily support food. That is often how real health protection works in later life. Not through dramatic changes, but through small habits repeated over years. The main caution is sodium. Seniors with blood pressure concerns need to use miso wisely and in moderation. Miso ranks at number 5 because it supports the body gently. It may not be the most muscle-focused food on this list, but it helps create the internal conditions that make strength easier to maintain. Number 4. Bone broth from slow-simmered marrow. Bone broth from slow-simmered marrow takes the number 4 spot because it offers something many adults over 75 need more than they realize. Nourishment that is easy to take in when appetite, chewing strength, and digestion are no longer what they used to be. At this age, many people do not lose strength only because they eat too little protein. They also lose strength because eating itself becomes harder. Heavy meat can feel tiring. Large portions can feel overwhelming. Bone broth offers a gentler path. What makes it valuable is not that it suddenly replaces every other protein source. It is that it delivers warmth, minerals, collagen-related compounds, and deep comfort in a form the body may accept more easily. For older adults recovering from illness, weakness, low appetite, or simply the fatigue of aging, that matters. A mug of rich broth can feel possible even on days when a full meal does not. There is also a practical lesson here. Traditional cultures often used the whole animal, including marrow and bones, because they understood that strength is not built from muscle meat alone. Slow cooking pulled out nourishment that would otherwise be wasted. That kind of wisdom still matters after 75, when softer, more concentrated foods often work better than force-feeding the body large meals. The caution is simple. Bone broth should support meals, not replace balanced eating altogether. It ranks at number 4 because it helps older adults stay nourished in a form that feels gentle, restorative, and realistic for daily life. Number 3. Dark leafy greens cooked in healthy fat. Dark leafy greens cooked in healthy fat rise to number 3 because they support aging muscles in a way many people do not expect. After 75, staying strong is not only about eating protein. It is also about reducing inflammation, supporting circulation, and making sure the body has the vitamins and minerals it needs to keep muscles functioning well. That is where dark greens become so valuable. Foods like spinach, kale, collards, and other leafy vegetables bring magnesium, potassium, folate, and vitamin K, all of which matter for strength, movement, and recovery. But the key detail is this: they are cooked in healthy fat. That matters because some of their most important nutrients are absorbed better when eaten with fat instead of dry or plain. A little olive oil or another gentle fat can turn a bowl of greens from something healthy on paper into something the body can actually use more effectively. For older adults, this matters in a very practical way. Dark greens help support the systems around the muscles, including blood flow, nerve signaling, and bone support. And when those systems are stronger, movement often feels more stable and less draining. They are also softer and easier to eat when cooked well, which makes them much more senior-friendly than raw salads. The mistake is treating greens like a side detail. They are not. Dark leafy greens cooked in healthy fat rank at number 3 because they help create the internal conditions that muscles need in order to stay active, supported, and useful in daily life. Number 2. Whole sardines with edible bones. Whole sardines with edible bones take the number 2 spot because they offer something very rare for adults over 75. Concentrated nourishment for both muscle and skeletal support in one small food. Many seniors focus only on protein when they think about staying strong, but real strength depends on more than muscle alone. It also depends on bones, nerves, energy, and whether the body can recover from daily movement without breaking down so quickly. Sardines help on all of those fronts at once. They provide high-quality protein in a soft, easy-to-eat form, which matters for older adults who struggle with chewing tougher meats. They also deliver omega-3 fats that may help support a healthier inflammatory balance. And that matters because chronic low-grade inflammation can make aging muscles feel weaker and slower to recover. But what truly makes sardines stand out is the edible bones. Those tiny bones provide calcium in a form many seniors can use, which helps support the structural side of staying strong. There is also a practical reason sardines rank so high. They are small, affordable, shelf-stable, and easy to serve without much preparation. For older adults who no longer want large meals or complicated cooking, that matters. A few sardines with vegetables, grains, or a light soup can go a long way. The mistake is dismissing them as too simple or too humble. But whole sardines rank at number 2 because they support strength from multiple directions, and after 75, that kind of efficiency becomes incredibly valuable. Number 1. Slow-cooked lentils and legumes. Slow-cooked lentils and legumes take the number 1 spot because they support aging strength in one of the most complete and realistic ways possible. After 75, the goal is not just eating more protein. The real goal is preserving muscle in a body that may digest more slowly, recover less efficiently, and tire more easily. Lentils and legumes matter because they offer protein, fiber, minerals, and steady energy in a form that is gentle, affordable, and easy to keep eating over time. What makes them especially powerful is the way they work as a whole food. They do not simply add protein to the plate. They also help support blood sugar stability, digestive regularity, and longer-lasting energy, all of which matter for older adults trying to stay active. A body that feels steadier through the day is more likely to move, and movement is one of the keys to preserving muscle in later life. Slow cooking makes them even better for seniors. It softens texture, improves comfort, and turns them into something easy to chew and easy to digest. A warm bowl of lentils with olive oil, vegetables, or a soft grain can feel deeply nourishing without the heaviness many older adults experience with meat-heavy meals. The mistake is thinking they are too simple to matter. But that simplicity is exactly why they rank number 1. Slow-cooked lentils and legumes support strength, endurance, and daily function in a way that is gentle enough to repeat. And after 75, repeatable nourishment is often the most powerful kind of all. So what do these 5 traditional foods really offer after 75? Miso helps support digestion, comfort, and consistency when heavy meals no longer feel easy. Bone broth from slow-simmered marrow offers gentle nourishment in a form older adults can often tolerate even when appetite is low. Dark leafy greens cooked in healthy fat help support the wider systems muscles depend on, including circulation, minerals, and recovery. Whole sardines with edible bones provide concentrated support for both muscle and skeletal strength in one small food. And slow-cooked lentils and legumes take the number 1 spot because they bring protein, fiber, minerals, and steady energy together in a form that is simple, affordable, and easy to repeat. None of these foods is a miracle cure, but together, they reveal something many seniors still need to hear. Strength after 75 is not only about eating more. It is about eating smarter, gentler, and more consistently. The body may age, but it can still respond to nourishment that truly supports it. So now I want to ask you, which of these traditional foods would be easiest for you to add to your routine this week? Comment your answer below. And if you know someone over 75 who wants to stay stronger, steadier, and more independent, share this video with them. Like the video, and subscribe for more simple health wisdom for seniors.